Hello, this video is a question for Dr. Robert Gagnon about whether the biblical argument against homosexuality also applies to oral and anal sex in a heterosexual marriage. Anyone who has studied the topic of the Bible and homosexuality will be aware that Dr. Gagnon is, at least to my knowledge, one of the leading scholars or experts on this issue. My question is simple. If the Bible condemns homosexuality because it violates physical complementarity, and since the method of sex for homosexuals is anal and oral, then why? Why isn't that wrong, or why is it not wrong when practiced in a heterosexual marriage? In his book, The Bible and Homosexual Practice, Dr. Gagnon states that Romans chapter 1, verses 24 to 27, for several reasons is, quote, commonly seen as the central text for the issue of homosexuality. He notes that this text is, quote, the most difficult text for proponents of homosexual behavior to overturn. According to Dr. Gagnon, Romans 1 grounds the opposition to homosexuality in creation. Quote, Paul has the Genesis account of the creation of male and female humans in view, and that the appeal to nature in chapter 1, verses 26 to 27 has to do, at least primarily, with the visual perception of male-female bodily complementarity, the fittedness of the sex organs. That Paul viewed same-sex intercourse as an unnatural use of the gendered body because of the what? Because of the clear anatomical discomplementarity of such intercourse. If one disregards the book of Leviticus and asks oneself what clues existing in nature might aid in discerning the Creator's will for sexual expression, then human anatomy and procreative function comprise the most unambiguous indications of divine intent. Dr. Gagnon speaks in a straightforward manner by saying, put in more crude terms, same-sex eroticism is contrary to nature because the primary sex organs fit male to female, not female to female or male to male. Again, by fittedness, I mean not only the glove-like physical fit of the penis and vagina, but also clues to complementarity provided by procreative capacity and the capacity for mutual and pleasurable stimulation. These clues make clear that neither the anus, the orifice for excreting waste products, nor the mouth, the orifice for taking in food, are complementary orifices for the male member. Now, I am neither a scholar nor theologian, and thus the reason for this video question. To summarize, it appears that Dr. Gagnon is arguing, number one, that Romans 1 is the strongest biblical text against homosexuality, and number two, the text is based in the account of creation and the designed physical complementarity between men and women, and number three, that homosexual relationships are wrong because they violate this physical complementarity. This, of course, begs the question, if this is wrong for homosexuals because of physical complementarity, then how can the same practice be okay for heterosexuals in marriage? Now, to be very clear, I'm not implying that Gagnon is making such a claim. The reason I am asking this question is because there are Protestant Christians who condemn homosexuals for engaging in anal and oral sex, but then some Christians also do the same thing in marriage. Now, to me, that doesn't make any sense. Dr. Gagnon writes that homosexual acts are, quote, sinful first and foremost because they demonstrated the rejection of God's intention that sexual intercourse be between sexual others, an intention revealed by the anatomical complementarity of male and female sex organs. So, penile vaginal intercourse go together, but penile anal, penile oral, vaginal oral do not. But if that's true, then it therefore follows that it is wrong regardless of whether the relationship is homo or heterosexual. And not only is it sinful, but he argues that this is more sinful, quote, than even incest, adultery, plural marriage, and divorce. And the only sin worse than this is bestiality. And as you can see right here, I tried to ask this question to Dr. Gagnon on Twitter, and perhaps I didn't word the question very well. I don't really know how to articulate it the best way, but I don't understand his reply. I asked Dr. Gagnon, how does a Christian respond to claims that homosexual behavior, anal sex, is okay as long as it's in marriage between man and woman? Are there any books or resources that address this? His response: anal sex between a man and a woman is not homosexual behavior for the obvious reason that homosexual behavior requires persons of the same sex. Now, of course, so no problem there. But the next sentence I don't understand. He says, anal sex is problematic medically, but homosexual practice is not wrong in the first instance because it often entails anal sex. I don't understand what that means. Now, perhaps somebody watching the video can help me, but I don't understand what he is saying here. Anyways, the main question is this: if anal oral sex is wrong for homosexuals because it violates physical anatomical complementarity, then is it not also wrong for heterosexuals in marriage? Why or why not? Thank you for watching.